What is going on? I'm zmoT.
And I'm Ryan.
And so this is a bit of a collaboration. I suck with Granks, right? Are they even called Granks?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, so what's going to happen here? I'm going to load Brick here, and
That's Bullit.
we're going to do a collab. Ryan is the PSC Life. Check the card thing for his channel there. What we're going to do here is I'm going to clear my map. I'm going to record it. And then using the power of the internet, Ryan's going to record voice stuff, and I'm going to combine them in collaboration, no face cam. Hopefully our voices are different enough that you can tell us apart. Now, I'm just going to record this and leave blank spots. Hopefully Ryan will fill them in.
I'll do my best.
And we'll go from there. Now, as you can see here, I am full boost. I'm hoping that maybe we can do another video towards the end of this tribal boost where I am not full boost. As you can see, I've got Grenadiers fully boosted tribes and Tanks fully boosted. But for now, I'm full boost. I suck with this troop. It is ridiculously strong. But I figured I'd start with full boost and then move down to either no boost or maybe just troop health boost. I don't know. If you're not aware of Ryan's statues, I will show you his base right now. Oh, he's actually got 4 offense down. Ryan will have to tell us what the reasoning behind that is. The fact that he's boosted, I'm going to guess that he has pulled up an ice. He's put an offensive down. Let's see which. See, only a 10%.
Yeah, you got it. I'm switching for 1 map clear, then I'm going back to 7 ice like I normally have.
So typically he has 3 offense. He's got 4 offense, and he's using hookah right now. So he's in the middle of a map clear, it looks like. But he typically has 3 offense, and he is clearing his map at 1700 VP using crazy, crazy troops. So I figured who better to not advertise, but tell me what I'm doing wrong than Ryan. So lots of PvP bases right now. Oh, look at this. This is a good starting base. No shield, no ice. I think it has like 1 ice maybe or something. Something like, is that like 30, just under 30%? A terrible ice statue back here. Oh, 32%. Okay, so this should be pretty easy, I would assume. 2 shock blasters has me like 5% worried.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Interesting you aren't taking out any shock blasters here.
Now, I can already tell that I'm about to get crap on this because I have taunt loaded, and I'm going to guess that that should not be happening right now. So for the next hit, I will be getting the bullet out, but for now, I'm just going to see. This is no ice, so I'll just let Ryan make fun of me on that, and we'll go from there.
Looks good. Make sure you deal with the boom cannons before Bullit dies.
So much GBE, this is basically cheating, essentially. Like, this is so easy right now that I am probably going to lose a troop over here because I'm too busy talking about how easy it is. I always seem to lose them on those corner cannons. I don't know if I should be shocking those or what, but oh, look at that, Bullet's dead. Awesome. I am starting off with the biggest whimper possible. I'm going to get so much crap about this from Ryan.
Yeah, side cannons are probably the crux of what you have to do in the attack.
Only 1 tank, it looks like, but that's why we start with the easy bases, I suppose. That was, frankly, terrible, but got a little bit lucky. So, I'm going to guess the first thing we need to do when using Bullet is equip the energy drink.
Decent idea. Yeah.
And then we'll go from here. I've actually loaded spawn this person twice in 2 hours. Let's see if we can actually see that if we go back. Look at this. See, we got them, spawn them here and here.
That's cool.
A little bit strange. I don't know if that happens more for Ryan at his high VP or not.
I think that's happened once. Usually it takes a day or so. It's really cool.
So, this person has a grappler, which grappler and shock blaster will both be a pain. I would probably BART out the shock blaster if not for the grappler. I'm just going to drop this person. This base is different than it was yesterday, I think, because I'm assuming they're just straight up changing to stop Granks. Are they called Granks? Yeah, Granks, I think. I'm just going to use shocks, I guess. This is not an ideal Grank base, I don't think. I would never use Granks against this, but We'll do it. I'm going to actually just BART out both these boom cannons just to make it super, super dead simple for me. We are doing this full boost. I'll leave it to Ryan to tell us how to do it not full boost.
So you do have the GBE to play this a few ways. I think if it was me, I would GBE the grappler because I wouldn't be able to get to that in time. I'd probably go up one side to try to ignore one of the cannon or the boom cannons on the other side, and just try to shock and race that shock blaster. This would be tough for me.
The fact that I have to keep shocking this ridiculous grappler shock blaster combo is not ideal either. I mean, I would assume that we should probably have done something a little bit different here, but we've got tons and tons of GBE.
I would not be wasting the GBE shocking the boom cannons and shock launchers. Bullit will distract those, so save it for the grappler at the end so you make sure you have enough to deal with it.
We don't have to be perfect or anything like that. Bullet's about to get dragged to the back. I don't really know how to cope with this. I'm just going to let my tanks get pulled in there, I guess. Let's put some critters on top of that shock blaster. And I mean, we're still going to go down, but this is not pretty whatsoever. Because actually, let's flare back to here, because otherwise our Grens are going to actually kill our tanks like they just did. So I'm not sure that starting this out with full boost was the best idea. Let's throw some critters back here. And frankly, I don't know if Ryan will be even able to comment on how to make this better with the full boost or not.
I didn't see how much ice was on this. That would influence a lot of what I did, to be fair. 5 maybe? I'm not sure.
But, I mean, we're taking things down, but I don't know that this is the right way to do it. Hopefully, let us know in the comments if you like this or hate it or all of those sorts of things. And Ryan, if you want to throw a card up at any point to one of your videos where you do it right, by all means, say it and then tell me what timestamp and I'll make it happen.
Will do, man.
Let's have a look. Moving right along. This is only 5 boosted ice, but they got the shock blaster in the front. And I believe in talking to Ryan, he said he BARTs out shock blasters with either 4 or less ice or 5 or less ice.
5 or less ice, I can GBE a shock blaster, still drop tanks.
So I'm just going to BART out the shock blaster. I have tons and tons of GBE, and if he can do it with 3 or 4 offensive statues, I can do it with 10.
Yeah, you're good. I've hit this guy a few times, he's fine.
A couple people have, I don't know if they're joking or serious, but not calling Troop Health an offensive statue, and I think Ryan would disagree with that.
Troop Health is great, especially with Bullit. Holy cow.
The higher VPs, I want to say that Troop Health is actually the most... I forgot to change my troop loadouts. As you can see, I got to go back and forth between these, which is less than ideal. We'll do that in a second here. Probably actually forget again, but... Now, these corner cannons are my biggest pain. I don't know what to do about these, because they keep wrecking me.
Corner cannons are what you need to actually do once you drop your troops. Bullit is great at eating all of the boom cannon shots, but you have to shock or GBE or critter or otherwise deal with the side cannons.
Ugh, can't be missing shocks with that much boosted ice, but so far we're getting away with it. I'm probably going to need a shock over on this side. Now, Bullit is gone off to one side. I kind of assume that's going to happen every time. I don't know if we can combat it or not.
As long as the boom cannons are targeting Bullit, you can let the shock launchers just hit your tanks. That doesn't really matter. You don't need to shock them necessarily.
Honestly, Ryan, should I be flaring back to a certain spot here or just letting...
You can do it either way. The thing is, for me, time is my biggest enemy, so having my troops clear the side shield generators is what lets me hit harder ice bases. If I try to manually go through both shields, I need like either 90% of my troops alive or I'm gonna run out of time. So keeping them just like spreading out, clearing the shields.
Why are they shooting over top of Bullit?
Makes the base go down a lot more quickly.
There we go. That's a bit better. Now I can't... Oh, I'm wondering if I should have done that. Why are you shooting over Bullit, you dumb thing?
Rockets lock. It's such a pain.
Like that rocket launcher right there is shooting over Bullit.
Yep.
I'm very, very... Should that be happening, Ryan?
Yeah, if I reflare, I like to use critters to distract whatever rockets have locked.
Like, this does not make any sense to me as to why that front rocket launcher is shooting over Bullit. It doesn't, like... It's shooting directly over his head to kill that rocket launcher. They don't lock on like lasers do, so I'm kind of confused. Maybe it did lock on. I don't know. Anyways, this is kind of awkward talking to myself and leaving gaps and hoping Ryan will fill them, so hopefully he can fill them. Something, filling gaps, joke, Ryan. This is exactly what we're after with this troop combo, I think. We've got a laser, and what we want to do is keep our troops wide and have the laser lock on Bullit, I think. I don't know if that's actually going to work because of how far the laser is away from shore, but we're going to give it a try. Oh man, nope, we're not. We're not going to give it a try. Let's go back and do this. I'm going to change my troop loadout so that I can do double taps and go boom boom, like drop 4 troops in a row as opposed to having to go 2, then 2, then 2. That looks better. So we're going to have Bullit right up the front. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me know if that's how you do troop loadouts or not, Ryan, or if it's has any advantages, or, again, trying to figure this stuff out. Not terribly good.
I can post a picture for you here. I usually spread one boat of each a little bit closer to Bullit, so they're more spread out across the beach. With deploying, I actually use my phone, so I just tap with each thumb back and forth. So I had it the way you did before.
Here, I'm going to shock these two, and the reason for that is I want to get my tanks so that, like, Bullit's not close enough. I'm a little bit worried. There we go. See, I was a little bit worried that things were going to target my tanks instead of Bullit, but now I think we're in good shape.
You're good. Are you going to GBE that shock blaster? Oh, you got it. Cool.
We'll get Bullit a little bit closer.
You have so much GBE, man.
Oh, I hate shock blasters. One of my least... I wonder if I can shock... I think I'm probably going to shock neither. Nope, I managed to get it. Okay. Should I flare the shock blaster here?
You're fine, you'll get it.
I feel like I... No, I don't think I need to. I think Bullit's got enough health there. Like, he's got... Oh, there it goes anyways. Perfect. Perfect. I feel like this attack has gone fairly alright.
Yeah. You have 184 GBE, but yeah.
You know, I'm very curious to see how Ryan talks about these attacks, because being full boost sort of dumbs things... Not sort of, it totally dumbs things down. So, anyways, let me know your thoughts on that one, Ryan. I think it was a little bit better. I think that layout was actually, like, a couple of these layouts are not... I probably should have used different troops, but we're just going to force feed Granks down their throats. This looks like another good one for Granks, I think. I hope they're called Granks. Grenadier, Tanks and Grenadiers. Laser should lock onto Bullit. I'm a little bit worried he's going to go to one side or the other. Going to drop him right on top of that... I don't know if I should be dropping a little bit later, or...
You're fine, as long as Bullit makes it before they do.
Come on, Bullit. Now, see, that's what I'm kind of worried about. He's going a little bit left, but he should come back to that residence, which should set us up pretty alright. Just need the laser to lock onto him, and now we're in good shape, I think. I'm going to Bart out this shock launcher, just because I think he's going to go to the left side. Whether or not that's accurate or correct, we'll find out in a second. So I think that'll allow our right side stuff to keep clearing, even though, I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm interested you're never clearing the shock blasters on these bases.
Now, the fact that they allow their shock launcher to be shocked with the shock blaster is so lucky on our part. That's a terrible base layout. You never want to do that, especially with Bullit these days.
I guess that's a decent reason. Sure.
Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape here. I got one more shock where I can get both the boom cannons. I don't think anything else is targeting our troops. My only concern is that boom cannon, because it's a little bit closer to Bullit. There we go. And I've even got another shock. I mean, perfect, done. This is basic. Uh-oh, let's, I probably should, oh, look how much GBE I have. Poor GBE management.
Every attack, man.
Why I'm barting out that right side rocket launcher is because Bullit's way over here.
I do the same thing on my attacks, GBE, the rockets that have a better chance of killing some tanks. Keep them alive as long as you can.
I think I'm getting a little bit better as I feel like talking about it knowing that an expert is going to be commenting has made me think a little bit more than normal, I think. It's too bad there's no better screen sharing, because it'd be nice to do this live.
This would be nice.
Or like Ryan could cut me off and say, shut up, I want to talk for a minute.
Ooh, this guy's in Predator. Nice.
So, Shock Blaster, again, how much boosted ice? Is this a 10 ice?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ice, but only 2 boosted. So, I'm going to Bart that Shock Blaster. Now, Ryan, again, correct me if I'm wrong here. I think you said you Bart the Shock Blaster for 4 or less boosted ice.
5 or less, yeah.
If that depends on, does that depend on defensive building damage, or if it's like, obviously if it's 4 defensive building damage, you probably would boot,
I GBE it as long as I have the GBE to do that and also deploy tanks. When I have just Gren Med, I've actually GBE'd a Shock Blaster with 7 boosted ice.
The fact that this is a corner base, I'm wondering if I still should have done the double-sided drop, or if I should have just done 4 just straight up 4 wide. I feel like the spread is going to be a detriment.
This is fine. With these bases, Bullit picks a side and basically walks down there, and then I just use my GBE to shock whichever side Bullit's not shielding.
I don't know if I should have dropped all my tanks, say, on the right-hand side, and then drop Bullit a little bit on the left. I'm thinking here that I should be reflaring here in a second, because everything is getting... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shock Bullit, and I'm going to come back here. I don't know if that's the right call or not, but that's what I'm doing. I'm going to drop some critters up here.
That's ballsy. We'll see how this plays out.
Is that the right call? I have no idea. But, I just used the energy drink, which let him catch up anyways. So, not ideal under any circumstances or definition of the word. Wow, trying to overthink, trying to be smart, and it is totally, totally failing. But I mean, as far as troops lost, this is...
You're learning.
Doing alright, I think. Is Bullit dead? Where is Bullit? Oh, there he is, over there. Okay. I have a little bit of hard time finding him sometimes, and it drives me nuts. Let's drop some critters back here. Probably should have...
Usually with these bases, I'll flare on the left side, because my troops kill things so slowly. I need to make sure that I can clear the actual shield, the actual generator, so I have time to finish the HQ. They do that a lot more quickly than if I just clear to the HQ and try to take it down manually.
Now, right about now, I should probably just flare back to the headquarters, but I'm just going to let them go roaming because they need some death and destruction in their lives.
I do love death and destruction.
Uh-oh. This is going to... Speaking of death and destruction... Let's flare back. I'm going to lose a couple tanks otherwise. I was kind of hoping that they could get up and get the shield generator, but with this much time, I was about to lose troops, so we'll just move away. I probably should have flared a bit closer, because there's Gren's miss. You know what? We can still do that.
Nice. You got time.
Move on up. It's kind of weird not being able to say ladies. Like, this is... I guess there's ladies driving the tank, but that's not confirmed. If you show me a tank with the hatch up, like a real live in-game, then I'll believe you. But until then, I think that was just a propaganda picture. 10 ice based goes down. Easy. That's a bit of... We should totally clickbait that.
Fake news.
See, there's 10 ice base, and then there's 10 boosted ice base, and then there's 10 boosted ice base with actual good layout.
This one easy trick to beat 10 ice.
We got one more. If you don't know how to check that, please ask in the comments. If you're trying to push VP, that's critical to know how to check that and what those numbers mean. Now, Ryan, what are your thoughts on the 17/14 versus 17/5 or whatever the 5 NPC bases thing is all about?
Yeah, the 5 NPC thing I think is complete fabrication, clickbait that was put on YouTube to generate views, and people took it so much more seriously than I was expecting.
Only 4 boosts, pretty easy map clear. 3, 4, 5. Where's the 10th statue? Oh, back here. Okay. So, pretty easy map clear, really. I mean, nothing with 7 boosted ice or anything like that. Pretty lucky on the spawns, really. I'm sure you would like to have this this map clear for yourself, Ryan.
Oh man, that'd be great. Holy cow, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so we're going to BART out the Shock Blaster. I don't like shock Blasters, especially with Bullit. You'll see people have started to use them more and more. You're starting to see 2 of them, 3 of them, stuff like that. Bullit in the middle. Tanks and stuff on the outside. Very curious to see if what Ryan has to say about that drop. If there's a better strategy, or if do it later or sooner. And I feel like these side cannons are. I'm very curious to see what he has to say about that as well. Oops, need a shock.
I like to shock them when I can shock 2 at once. Critter when there's not that much splash damage around, so the critters might survive a bit.
The other thing I'm not good at is watching Bullit's health. Ryan? Are you using the energy drink when he gets into the red, or are you using it when you have a moment in between shocks and things?
For Bullet's health, it's just kind of a feel kind of thing. I like to energy drink when I have the GBE and he's at like 50% health, because I don't want to come anywhere close to him accidentally getting shocked and then dying because he doesn't have time to energy drink.
And I just use the energy drink too early.
Everything I can to keep him alive, just jam it as soon as he has low enough health that you won't be wasting any.
And then again, would you pull back to the shore here, or would you just let them continue to go after the shield generators? Because we've got enough time to do both. I feel like pulling back is probably the safer bet, because we're probably going to lose this right side tank over here. But
for me, I have to clear the shields a lot of the time. Casualties aren't a big deal for me. Yeah, it's just a time factor.
Well, that's the last PvP base. Not a lot of problem. Now, again, we are full boost. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Ryan's tips into this, and then I'm going to come back and do it again. Now, hopefully I get gold for PvP or gold for op reward, because if I do, that will drastically help learning a new troop combo. But I think we've been about even on gold. I think we went down a couple 100,000. And I've got Dr. T. I won't be touching Dr. T. I like to leave him on my map for emergency gold and to push that PvP multiplier up.
Thanks for doing this. This was fun.
So that's all I got. I mean, that is, what do we got? 23 minutes of map clear at 1340 VP with full boost. I mean, those PvPs were pretty easy. Like, none of those were terribly difficult.
You did a good job.
As we see a crab digging out of the sand there. That's it. Let us know in the comments if you think this is good, bad, ugly, if you want to see more of them, if you want to see me collaborate with other people. I tend to not collaborate because most people have face cams and it's just weird when one person is talking and one person is on video. But thankfully, Ryan does not use face cam terribly often, thankfully. Not thankfully, but we all love to see his pretty face, but... So yeah, that's it. I'm zmoT.
I'm Ryan.
Thanks for coming in, and peace.
And happy booming.